guys, and welcome back to another movie review. So keeping with the Pride Month theming, today we are reviewing Brokeback Mountain from 2005, which prior to this viewing I had never once in my life actually seen. I have heard pop culture references to it, of course. My only knowledge, if we can even call it that, of this movie, though, was that one South Park reference about this being the movie about gay cowboys eating pudding. Spoiler, the gay cowboys never eat pudding in this movie. I did watch for it. They do not. There is a campfire scene. No pudding is involved. So with that out of the way, in case anybody was wondering it who's about the same age and may not have actually seen the movie but remembers the South Park episode, there you go. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. So the two cowboys in this are played by Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger. And I feel really stupid that I didn't realize that was Heath Ledger until like halfway through the movie. I was like, wait, is that guy from the Batman movie that unalived himself after doing that Batman movie? I deserve to be slapped. I know. But I'm a little slow on the uptake when it comes to, like, modern celebrities. But regardless, basically the first, like, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes of this movie, I'm sitting here like, this is the most boring thing I've ever fucking sat through. Oh my god, it's literally just, like, two dudes that went up in the mountains to herd sheep. Okay? This is suddenly the men who look at goats now? I guess. If I wanted to go look at sheep, I'd just go outside and look at our pasture. I don't have to watch a movie for that. But then it takes a turn because there is a storm and they're both huddled together for body heat and things happen, as you do. And clearly, these guys probably didn't ever realize they had those tendencies before that. But being all alone up in the mountains where nobody has to know about it, they kind of run with it a bit until they get caught. And while they're not called out directly on it, they're also specifically not asked again to work that same job again because of it. Time passes, they both move on with their lives, they both marry women, have kids, this, that, and the other. I also for sure did not know Anne Hathaway was in this. And I was just like, wait, what's my Annie girl doing in this? Wait, why did nobody tell me she was in this? I probably would have watched this a lot sooner if I realized she was A, a character in it, and B, has as much screen time in this as she does. Although is a very dodgy looking blonde for like half of it. It has never gone well when she's been blonde, but anyway, I digress. This movie must have also fallen into that weird time span where it was like, I guess after Princess Diaries, like, she wasn't really what you'd call a Disney kid, but I guess maybe the same thing applied, where she felt the need to, like, prove she's bad, she's not a Disney girl, and, like, showed her tits in every single movie for, like, I don't even know how many in a row, and then she got it out of her system, and now she just does normal roles, but yeah, this apparently fell right smack dab in the middle of that, and this was no exception. Even I have to admit, after a certain point, though, it's like, we get it, Anne, we've seen them. You can put them away now. We've seen them. I digress. It was fun the first few times, but then it's like, okay, you're making it awkward now, please stop. Anyway, I love her, but that is one complaint I have about that time frame. Anyways, so she's in it, and who's the other one? Michelle Williams is in it, which was also cool, because I think she played Sally Bowles in one of the stage productions of Cabaret, if I remember right. Unless I'm mixing her up with somebody. I'm pretty sure that was her, actually. So I was like, oh, alright. I see you. I see what you're doing here. But, anyway. Yeah, they go on. They're living their lives. They're very clearly not satisfied or happy with said domesticated lives with wives. And they decide to meet up and, like, go on a fishing trip together. And they have their whole clandestine affair. And over time, they keep running off to go on their fishing trips together. And the wives slowly figure them out. One of them divorces over it. The other one kind of just keeps her damn mouth shut, even though she knows. She's no idiot. She knows. she's in denial, but it is what it is. Eventually there's a big falling out because one of them wants them to just be together openly, like run away together off into the sunset, and the other's like, yeah, no, you know what they do to guys like us if we're out like that? No, you end up dead if you do that. And he tells this whole graphic story of when he was a kid and his dad took he and his brother out to see what happened to one such guy, and for all he know, maybe, like, his dad was the one who did it. He doesn't know. He's not gonna chance it. He doesn't want to be the one to find out. And for, that time frame, and because it's supposed to be like the 60s into the 70s, and for that part of the country, yeah, totally believe that, unfortunately. Very sad part of history. There's unfortunately still pockets of this country today that are like that. Anyway, it shouldn't be that way, but people suck. So anyway, so they decide they can't be together. This is not right. They're still trying to make it work, but he's, like, finding any excuse to, like, not go see him. And he, like, skips one of these clandestine meetings. It's like, yeah, I have to skip that one, but we can meet up in November or something like that. Turns out, if they had just met up when he wanted to, that guy wouldn't have died. Oh, spoiler. It's a 20-year-old movie. You don't get to get mad at me for it, okay? But, like, yeah. The wife contacts the lover to tell him the cover story of what happened, about how he was changing a car tire because it blew off and it hit him in the face, and by the time anybody found him, he had drowned in his own blood. In reality, they're showing, like, the montage of what actually happened, and he was beaten to death. I was like, whoa, this went 0 to 1,000 so fast! I was like, okay, remember how I was saying how this started out so boring? Now I'm over here like, now I feel traumatized. Wow, we went from one end of the scale to the other. Oh my god, I don't even know what to say about that. It just escalated so freaking quickly. I'm like, oh my god. Like, I still have a little bit of PTSD over this, but what can you do, right? And it kind of just ends like that. Like, I mean, he gets to meet, or at least, talk to the wife of the one guy, and she says how he was cremated, she has half the ashes, sent the other half to his parents, he wanted to be scattered on some mountain, obviously he knows what mountain it is, and how he spoke about the best times of his life were on that mountain. It's like, of course they were, but, he does not end up scattered there, but he does end up going and meeting the guy's parents and talking about him and reminiscing. It's not really made clear if the clothes he takes from the guy's room are the ones that he died in, or if they're ones that just happen to have some of his blood on them for some other reason. Not sure, but he takes off with those and keeps them and puts a picture of the mountain next to them, and that's kind of just how it ends. It's like, wow, no real fucking closure here. I don't think I liked that. I do not. I did not enjoy this movie. That was actually a painful watch. Would not recommend it. Like I said, it goes 0 to 1,000 so quick. And I'm just like, I like my LGBT movies happy, thank you. Sorry, but I do. Yeah, no, this one did not do it for me. Even Anne Hathaway being in it did not make it for me. I guess maybe it's just a whole different vibe than the kind of movies I like to watch, but I'm just like, between the whole rugged dude thing and then it taking the hate crime turn, I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good. I would rate this, like, maybe a 2.5 out of 5. That sounds brutal. That sounds brutal because I am sure that this was probably a very impactful movie to a lot of people, but I'm like, this kind of just felt like drama porn for the sake of traumatizing people. I'm sure it was trying to shed light on certain types of experiences, which, yeah, I do suppose it did that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's enjoyable. That doesn't necessarily mean that it was great. I'm like, nah. Nah, for how much of this was a snooze fest, and then just the cringy, oh, we're doing the closeted thing, are we? Nah. And then it ends with a hate crime. I'm like, no, this is not for me. I am not your target demographic, clearly. I don't think I need to ever revisit this one. I personally wouldn't recommend it unless it sounds appealing to you for those themes, in which case, knock yourself out. But I'm over here like, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I feel really bad giving it such a low rating because I know how people spoke of this back when it came out. Like, I'm trying to look for, what is it rated on IMDb? They give it a 7.7 out of 10. I feel like a bastard rating it so low. And I'm sure there's gonna be people being like, you just don't understand. I'm like, no, I understand it just fine. It just doesn't mean I liked it. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't. That's not a slight towards the demographics portrayed here at all, but just wasn't my cup of tea. And I think that's okay. So anyway, that is gonna be it for this one, and as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more, it's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating. Anyway, guys, until next time, see ya.